All right, this is the book of Nahum, chapter 3, verse 1. Um, you know what? I'm gonna go straight to the point. The third verse. It says, "The horseman lifted up both the bright sword and the glittering spear." All right, the horsemen represent, uh, uh, the man with the power. All right, military men. All right, police officers. More than likely, it's gonna be these military men. Militias. All right, because something's gonna happen to where bodies are gonna be laid out, and a so-called Osiris breaking out, turning people into rageful, flesh-eating, uh, patented, created uh, uh, specimens by Esau Edom is a way that this prophecy may as well could be fulfilled, or it might just be straight up war, or both. Okay, remember, there's this time is gonna be like there has never been. All right. It says the horseman lift up both the bright sword and the glittering spear, which that's your modern day guns. Okay, because when you go into those words, and I've brought this out before. Um, um, Rifle discharge flash. All right. This is what uh this is what Nahum saw. All right. The bright glittering spear. What he saw was these the spark discharge out of these weapons when they're fired. All right. That's what he saw, and he explained it the best way he could. Um, where's that? Okay. It says the horseman lift up both the bright sword and the glittering spear, and there is a multitude of slain, and that's the only thing that can do that. All right, is those high power rifles, regular guns. All right, and that will lay down a multitude of slain. All right, it says and a great number of carcasses. All right, and there is none in of the corpses. All right, so it's gonna get to the point to where it's gonna be bodies in the street everywhere. All right, and people are gonna be getting shot. That's what this prophecy is saying. All right. Matter of fact, let's go. Let's look it up in the blue letter real quick. All right. Just so you can show you that that bright glittering spear is talking about your modern day rifles, guns. All right. Okay. The word bright is the Hebrew word lahab, which means flame, blade, glittering, bright, flame, blade, flame, a flashing point of spear or blade or sword. All right. Your modern day flashing point is this right here, this discharge. Okay, that's what Nahum saw. That made a multitude of slain to where there was no end of the corpses. All right, they show you in all the movies, man. And where you think they get that from? They get it from the Bible. Okay, so the word for bright is lahab, which we just read. Now let's look up glittering spear and glittering lightning, lightning flashes, a flashing arrowhead. All right. Uh, lightning by analogy, a gleam concretely, a flashing sword, bright uh, glittering sword, lightning. All right, and that's what this discharge look like. It looks like lightning coming out of the tip of that spear. Your modern day spear or sword are these rifles, handguns, shotguns. That's what that is. This is what Nahum saw. That's gonna lay everybody down. It's gonna lay a multitude of slain down. All right. It's a reason why this place is armed the way it's armed. All right. This is the only country in the world to where there's more registered weapons than there are of its own citizens. Right? So let's go back, read that scripture fully, and then get a few more scripts. And I want to play those other couple of videos. I know this has been going on for a little bit, but hey, it's all the spirit. Again, Nahum 3:1. The horseman lifted up both the bright sword and the glittering spear. And there is a multitude of slain and a great number of carcasses, and there is none in of their corpses. They stumble upon their corpses. All right? And they tell you why the Most High is getting ready to do this to Babylon the Great, the bloody city. All right? Which is America. All right? Because of the multitude of the whoredoms of the well-favored harlot, the mistress of witchcrafts that selleth nations through her whoredoms and families through her witchcrafts. And that's America. All right? Babylon the Great. This is where this prophecy is coming to. All right? Now, before I forget, let's get these videos. Now, this video aired again back in May 29, 2012, and this actually took place. But they tried to blame it on bath salts, which I believe, I ain't gonna say we because some may not. I believe this was maybe like a test, Esau testing out the technology that he had, all right, that he has, all right, because ain't no damn bath salts gonna make you tear off a man's face and growl, all right. But people, the simple, believeth every word without doing any type of research. And this is why I'm gonna put these videos in the link, the CDC website, and of course these scriptures, man. All right, because we're here. Our main job is to give you warning from Yahweh Shem Shai. All right, there is very perilous times coming to where many miseries are gonna happen to you people out here. All right, because you have walked in great pride. Okay, so let me play this real quick. It's only a minute.
Surveillance footage shows the moments after a Miami police officer fatally shoots a naked man after he refused to stop chewing on the face of another naked man. It all happened on a busy downtown highway ramp Saturday afternoon. And while authorities look for more witnesses, one man describes the scene
And I remember when this came out, all right? I remember when this came out, and they swept it under the rug. This is the same news clip on it, all right? And then you had another news clip on it that I was watching, all right, where there was the live video of it, and there was a woman commentating, and they had the whole thing, but it was from a distance, all right? But they swept. This wasn't even put on the mainstream media. All right, this is Associated Press. This wasn't on no CNN or nothing like that. Okay.
across.
The guy was like tearing him to pieces with his mouth. So I told him, get off. It's like, and the guy just kept eating the other guy away, like ripping his skin.
Larry Vega was able to wave down a police officer.
Police officer came over, told him several times to get off, and the police officer climbed over the divider and got in front of him and said, get off. He told him several times, and the guy just stood his head up like that with a piece of flesh in his mouth and growled.
One of the officers then shot and killed 31-year-old Rudy Eugene. The victim, who hasn't been identified, remains in the hospital. Police have released few other details about the attack. Matt Small, The Associated Press.
And that's really all that you heard about this. There wasn't no investigation, no nothing. They just chopped it up on bath sauce, threw it out, and that's it. Which I believe that was all bullshit. All right? That was just some information to consider. Now I'm going to play Bill Gates of Hell. It's about 3 minutes. And he basically says the next one will get your attention. All right. Now this was aired I believe 3 weeks ago. Yeah, about 3 weeks ago. You know. So let's play this.
And welcome to our exclusive interview with Bill Gates, the entrepreneur, Microsoft co-founder, software developer, and philanthropist. Thanks for being here.
Great to talk to you.
The Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation's annual letter has now just come out. You both write about how this pandemic, in your view, will be as defining as World War II. What are the key steps to take right now?
This upcoming pandemic, not the one we're in, but the next one is going to be as defining as World War II. All right, which let's look up. I'm gonna just Google real quick. What was the death toll in World War II? See what Google gives me. 75 million people, right, died in World War II, including 20 million military personnel and 40 million civilians, many of whom died because of deliberate genocide, massacres, mass bombing, disease, and starvation. So they're looking to put down, you know, hundreds of millions of people, all right? And that's according to Georgia Guidestones. One of their laws on Georgia Guidestones is to maintain population under 500 million, okay? We're in that time to where this man is moving into his agenda of controlling the population, all right? This is why everything is happening. This is why everything that's getting ready to happen is going to happen. But ultimately, it's all the prophecies of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, which is going to usher in Yahweh Shai in returning and destroying this man and delivering the elect. All right? That's where we at with it in society. So let's go back, play this, and then get some more scriptures, and that'll be it.
Well, we have to do two things at once. We have to bring this epidemic to an end, primarily by getting the vaccine out in large numbers to the entire world, and we have to make sure that we're ready because there will be another pandemic, and there's so many lessons about how we weren't prepared, how we should have handled things differently, and when that's clearly in our mind, those investments need to be made.
You mentioned being ready for the next time. And you warned about this last time. Let's take a brief look at a 2015 warning you issued.
If anything kills over 10 million people in the next few decades, it's most likely to be a highly infectious virus. If we start now, we can be ready for the next epidemic.
How ready was the world for this, say on a scale of 1 to 10, and how about the U.S.?
The U.S. gets a low score because the understanding of how to get diagnostics up to scale early to stop the exponential spread, if that had been done well, we would have been more like.
Which, by the way, we know that this man he's speaking with a forked tongue. This is the devil, by the way. Okay, I just want you to hear what he says all the way up to when he says what he says.
Australia or South Korea, where the death toll is less than a tenth of the tragic situation in the United States. So we made mistakes before the epidemic in not investing more. And then during the epidemic, we also made mistakes. There's one category we did well, which was getting R&D money out to the vaccine companies. The U.S. was the biggest at that. And so at least, in that one area where we've set a model for the world.
You're very specific in your work and the letter about what should come next. You talk about a global alert system, infectious disease first responders, and germ games. Walk us through what some of that looks like and whether you think international organizations and the Biden administration can do more on that now.
Well, the great thing is that the tens of billions required for all that preparedness, it's the insurance policy that avoids you losing tens of trillions like we are globally right now. And so it's it's quite a bargain, even if you only look at what it can do to help during a pandemic. But those investments can also help us improve health on a much broader basis. So the mRNA vaccine can be used for TB and HIV. We're very excited about that, and we've been funding mRNA for over 10 years, and now it's accelerated its development. And getting those early warning systems in, that'll improve health all over the world. So this time, I think people will pay attention.
That's
Your
what
letter.
he said. This time, I think people will pay attention because they gonna make it a point to where you ain't gonna have no choice but to. All right. So whatever they got planned, all right, it's surely gonna grab the attention of the people. All right. Which ultimately, whatever they have planned, is the plan of Yahweh Shem Shai. All right. Not theirs. They're just being used on the left hand side. Okay. So let's get a couple of more scriptures. Okay. Let's go to the book of which these scriptures are coming out on the regular, you know, because these are the times we're living in. We're not living in uh, the time of mirth. All right, we're living in the time of prophecy for you to be getting your mind together and preparing your mind for the things that are coming on the earth. All right, the scriptures tell you men's hearts are going to be failing them for things that are coming on the earth. All right, that's how bad it's going to be. This is Second Ezra chapter 8, verse 50. All right, it says, many great miseries, all right, shall be done to them that in the latter time shall dwell in the world. And that's, preparing your mind for anything because these miseries are going to be great. That's going to be in these last days, all right? Because they have walked in great pride, all right? And that's why these miseries are coming. Let me type that in. I just quoted that scripture, men's hearts failing them, all right, for looking after the things coming on the earth. Let me see. Luke 21 and 26. Now let's go to the whole chapter. We probably could get a little more meat off that bone. Let's just get straight to the point. It says, Luke 21:26. Men's hearts failing them. This is Yahweh Shai speaking of things that's going to be happening before his return. All right. It says, men's hearts failing them for fear. All right. Now, if there's a Osiris breakout and people are running around, growling, jumping on you, with in a very violent and rageful manner, that's gonna cause many to fear. All right, especially if you're not in the spirit of Yahweh Shem Shai. All right, your people's minds are gonna fail them for fear. All right, the things that Yahweh Shem Shai has coming on this planet Earth, man, that's getting ready to come down this pipe. Okay. We on the Center of Disease Control's website, and they're telling you how to prepare for if there was a Osiris outbreak and people started turning into goddamn zombies, man. All right. So going back, Luke 21:26, men's hearts failing them for fear and for looking after those things which are coming on the earth. For the powers of heaven shall be shaken. All right. Because if this is the case, let's say that does happen, it's gonna get out of Esau's control. All right, because he's not in control. All right, and it's gonna be, you know, only the elect are gonna survive. All right, because this place will be nuked. All right. So from there, let's go to um, let's end it out because I've already been gone way too long. Let's go to Second Ezra 16. All right. Second Ezra the 16th chapter. Straight to the P joint. You know, I mean, the whole chapter is good. We read a little bit in it earlier about the multitude of slain, right? This is 2 Ezra 16:68. For behold, the burning wrath of a great multitude is kindled over you, and they shall take away certain of you and feed you, being idle with things offered unto idols. Remember, I showed you in the comic how they went to the elementary school for refuge. You know, they went to this elementary school to get refuge, and they were stuck in that camp. All right, they had consented onto them, like the scriptures say. Okay, or they, you know, they shall take away certain of you. Like I quoted that tweet that some female tweeted. You know, that FEMA was out there in Texas telling you either to go to the camp or die in your home. All right. It says, and feed you being idle with things offered unto idols. All right. And they that consent unto them, you go with them. They telling you they got safety. You know, you've been screened for that Osiris. All right. Meaning they didn't gave you that potion. Okay. It says, and they that consent unto them shall be had in derision and in reproach and trodden underfoot. All right. For there shall be in every place and in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord, you Israelites. All right. They shall be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear Yahweh by Shem Shai. For they shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their houses. Then shall there be known who are my chosen, and they shall be tried as the gold in the fire. Hear, O ye my beloved, saith Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Behold, the days of trouble are at hand, but I will deliver you from the same. All right? So, the trouble that's getting ready to come, all right, it's going to be just that, trouble. All right? But we got to trust in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai through every waking moment of it. All right? It says, be ye not afraid, neither doubt, for Yahweh is your guide. All right? And that's going to be our way to the finish line. Lord will, we be a part of that number. The elect is to let Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai be our guide and to trust and have full faith in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. All right? Because it's going to get bad. You know, it's going to be some crazy stuff out here. You know, this is just, you know, some information I came across, you know what I'm saying, and bringing it to the forefront. You know, another reason not to deal with that potion, all right, and information to prepare your mind for, because we don't know what's going to happen, but we know these scriptures are going to be fulfilled. Right, so I'm going to end it there, giving all praise to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Lord will, this is edifying to the hopeful elect. Until next time, Shalom.